Mark had always been a pragmatic man, relying on facts and logic to guide his decisions. However, one fateful night on the infamous Route 66, he would confront the unexplainable, plunging him into a world where reality blurred with the supernatural. The tires of Mark's car hummed as they rolled along the cracked asphalt of Route 66. The night was pitch black, devoid of the moon's gentle glow. He felt a weariness that seemed to seep into his bones as he drove through the desolate stretch of the highway. The only sounds were the distant howling of the wind and the occasional rattle of his car. As minutes stretched into hours, Mark's eyelids grew heavy. He longed for a place to rest his head, even if it was just for a few hours. That's when he saw her, a lone figure standing by the roadside, a faint silhouette in the darkness. Without thinking, Mark slowed down and pulled over. The stranger was a woman, her face hidden beneath a tattered scarf, her clothes worn and faded. She extended her arm, thumb outstretched, a silent plea for help. "Need a ride?" Mark called out to her. The woman nodded, her eyes fixed on the ground. Mark unlocked the passenger door, and she slid into the back seat without a word. Her silence struck him as odd, but he brushed it off as exhaustion. "Where are you headed?" Mark asked, trying to strike up a conversation to stay awake. Still, the woman said nothing. Her presence in the back seat felt unsettling, but Mark pressed on, determined to be a good Samaritan. Minutes turned into miles, and Mark's unease grew. He could sense something was amiss, an unexplainable chill that hung in the air. He stole a glance at the rearview mirror, only to find the back seat empty. His heart pounded in his chest as he swerved the car to the side of the road. He jumped out, panic coursing through his veins, and scanned the desolate desert. There was no sign of the mysterious woman. It was then that he remembered the tales he'd heard from locals about the phantom hitchhiker who haunted Route 66. A shiver ran down his spine as the realization hit him. He had picked up a ghostly apparition, a spirit forever doomed to roam the highway in search of a ride to nowhere. Mark got back into his car, his hands trembling on the steering wheel. The encounter had shaken him to the core, challenging everything he had ever believed in. As he drove away from that forsaken stretch of Route 66, he couldn't shake the feeling that he had glimpsed a world beyond the rational. A world where the lines between the living and the dead blurred, leaving him with a haunting memory that would forever haunt his dreams. Sarah had always been drawn to the unknown. Her curiosity often led her to explore places most people would avoid. It was this adventurous spirit that brought her to the Abandoned Motel on Route 66, a place where the living dared not tread. The motel stood like a relic of the past, its neon sign flickering intermittently, casting eerie shadows on the crumbling walls. Sarah's heart raced as she pushed open the creaking door and entered the dimly lit lobby. The air was heavy with the scent of decay, and the silence was broken only by the occasional scuttle of unseen creatures. She had heard stories of the motel's haunted history, of guests who checked in but never checked out, of strange occurrences that defied explanation. But for Sarah, these tales were a siren's call, beckoning her to uncover the truth. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Sarah's camera clicked to life, capturing the motel's eerie charm. Each step she took echoed through the empty corridors, sending chills down her spine. She had come prepared with all the equipment she needed to document the paranormal, but she never expected what would transpire that night. The clock struck midnight, and that's when it began. Cold drafts swept through the rooms, and the dim lights flickered ominously. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as she held her camera steady, determined to capture any evidence of the supernatural. Ghostly figures began to materialize, their transparent forms moving silently through the walls. Sarah's camera clicked away, capturing the otherworldly apparitions in chilling detail. Whispers and cries echoed in the corridors, their voices a mournful lament from the past. In the midst of it all, Sarah saw her, a young girl with tear-filled eyes, her presence hauntingly vivid. The girl's story unfolded through the whispers of the spirits. She had died tragically in that very motel decades ago, her spirit trapped in a never-ending cycle of sorrow. Sarah's courage wavered as the spectral girl approached her, her outstretched hand trembling. She could feel the girl's sadness, her longing for release. It was a moment of connection between the living and the dead, a poignant reminder that the spirits that lingered here were not malevolent but trapped, seeking solace. With a heavy heart, Sarah slowly backed away, her camera still capturing the heart-wrenching scene. She knew she couldn't offer the girl the peace she sought, but she could bear witness to her pain. As she left the haunted motel that night, Sarah carried with her a profound sense of awe and sadness. The footage she had captured would serve as a testament to the restless souls who found their sanctuary within those decaying walls. The motel remained a place of mystery and melancholy, a reminder that some secrets are better left undisturbed, and some hauntings are born of tragic tales that deserve to be remembered. Mark had always been a rational man, scoffing at the idea of curses and supernatural phenomena. But one moonless night on the desolate stretch of Route 66, he found himself thrust into a chilling encounter that would forever shatter his skepticism. The Black Sedan appeared out of nowhere, its headlights piercing through the inky darkness. Mark's hands tightened around the steering wheel as he watched the car approach in his rearview mirror. Its grille gleamed menacingly, and the relentless growl of its engine echoed through the stillness of the night. An inexplicable sense of dread washed over him as the sedan drew closer, tailgating him with a relentless determination. Mark's heart raced, and he tried to shake off the fear that was settling in the pit of his stomach. He stepped on the gas, hoping to outrun the ominous vehicle, but it clung to his rear bumper like a shadow. The sedan's headlights grew blindingly bright, searing into Mark's vision, making it nearly impossible to see the road ahead. Panic surged through his veins as he realized there was no escape from this nightmarish pursuit. The Black Sedan seemed to defy the laws of physics, its presence defying reason. With trembling hands, Mark reached for his phone, intending to call for help. But as he glanced at the screen, it flickered and died. He was utterly alone, trapped in this chilling game of cat and mouse. And then, as suddenly as it had appeared, the Black Sedan vanished. One moment it was tailgating Mark, and the next, it was gone, leaving him trembling and disoriented on the side of Route 66. The ordeal left Mark shaken to his core. He couldn't explain what had just happened, but he knew one thing for sure. He had narrowly escaped the curse of the Black Sedan, a malevolent force that haunted the lonely highway. As he continued his journey, he couldn't shake the feeling that he had glimpsed a darkness beyond comprehension, a world where the supernatural reigned, forever altering his perception of reality. The memory of that nightmarish pursuit haunted Mark for the rest of his days, a chilling reminder that some terrors are beyond explanation and some curses can never be outrun. Route 66, once a symbol of adventure, now bore the scars of a nightmarish encounter that would forever be etched in Mark's soul. Thank you for watching. We can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, take care, stay awesome, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment for more fantastic content. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up.